Most people don't know that one of the kids in head of the class was actually 27 years old, pretending to be a teenager. His agent told him to lie, and it worked for 5 straight seasons. But that's not even the most surprising thing about this cast today. We're covering all of them right now, and we'll start with their beloved teacher, Charlie Moore. No waiting until the end. Head of the Class wasn't just a sitcom about smart kids. It was the first time television told a generation that being the brightest one in the room didn't mean being the loneliest. That classroom still lives in us, and so do the people who filled it. I'd love to know who you watched this show with. A parent, a sibling, maybe just yourself on a school night. Those small memories are why this channel exists. Share yours as we go. Now that classroom had a lot of unforgettable faces. Let's start with the one who made being a nerd feel like a gift. Those oversized glasses, that nervous laugh, the way he clutched a textbook like it was a life raft. Arvid Engen wasn't just the smartest kid in the IHP. He was the one who made every shy, bookish viewer feel like they had a seat in that room too. Dan Frischman was already 27 when he landed the role. His agent told him to shave 5 years off his age, and nobody questioned it for 5 seasons. He looked the part that well. After the show, Frischman resurfaced on Nickelodeon as Chris Potter in Kenan and Kel. He directed episodes of Sam and Cat. He kept working, kept creating. But here's what most people don't know. He's also a professional magician. A real member of the Magic Castle in Hollywood, performing under the name The Great Whodani. He was 27 playing a teenager. Today, at 67, he's still performing, still directing, still pulling surprises out of thin air, aging with incredible grace. Some people never stop being the smartest one in the room. Every group of brilliant people needs someone who keeps their feet on the ground. In that classroom full of overachievers and geniuses, Sarah Nevins was the one who reminded everyone that being real mattered more than being right. Kimberly Russell started acting at 11. Her film debut was in Fame. Before Head of the Class even began, she'd already shared an off-Broadway stage with Angela Bassett. After the show ended, she built a career across television and film. Family Matters, ER, The Steve Harvey Show. She appeared in the Oscar-winning film Precious in 2009 and voiced a character in Disney's The Princess and the Frog that same year. In 2024, she starred in The Deliverance alongside Glenn Close. But her most remarkable role has no credits. In 2013, after a close friend passed away, Russell and her husband adopted 5 children. Added to their 3 biological kids, that made a family of 8. She was 22 when she first walked into Fillmore High. Today, at 61, time has only deepened her elegance. Her biggest production is the one at home. That classroom held more stories than any script could cover. And some of the people who sat in those seats took roads nobody saw coming. Alan Pinkard wore Argyle sweaters and quoted Ronald Reagan in a room full of liberals. He was insufferable, and somehow completely impossible to skip past. What most viewers never realized is that Tony Odell was living a double life on screen. The same year he played that buttoned-up preppy, he was also a Cobra Kai bully in The Karate Kid. 2 iconic roles, same actor, opposite ends of the spectrum. After the show, Odell stepped behind the camera. He became a dialogue and acting coach for young performers on Disney series like Shake It Up and Girl Meets World. He was 26 when he first debated Darlene Merriman on screen. Today, at 66, he still carries the same spark we remember. Only now, he's teaching the next generation how to find theirs. The moment T.J. Jones walked into that classroom, the energy shifted. She didn't tiptoe in. She arrived. Fast-talking, sharp, unfiltered. In a room full of careful thinkers, she was the one who said the thing everyone else was holding back. Pryor carried a famous name. Her father was Richard Pryor, one of the greatest comedians who ever lived. But Rain never tried to be him. She built something entirely her own. After the show, she created a one-woman stage production called Fried Chicken and Latkes. It told the story of growing up Black and Jewish in America. It earned her an NAACP Theater Award and played to standing ovations across the country. Then she made a choice that surprised everyone. She left Los Angeles, moved to Baltimore to raise her daughter away from Hollywood's noise. She became the artistic director of the Strand Theater. She started teaching young performers at the Baltimore School for the Arts. She was 20 when she joined the cast. Today, at 56, Rain Pryor wears every year beautifully. She chose a life that was hers, not her father's. And that took more courage than any stage. If these stories are hitting you the way they're hitting me, there's more ahead that will take you right back. I'd love to know which one landed first. Share it as we keep going. She sat near the back, red hair falling over a notebook full of poems nobody asked to see. Simone Foster didn't compete for attention in that classroom. She earned it by being the most honest person in the room. For a lot of viewers, especially the quiet ones, she was proof that feeling everything wasn't something to fix. It was something to protect. Christine Haya was 18 when the show began. People magazine named her one of the 50 most beautiful people in the world before she turned 22. She won a Daytime Emmy in 1992 for hosting an environmental special. She received a Civilian Medal of Honor from the Department of Defense for entertaining troops overseas on a USO tour. Then, life tested her in a way no script could prepare for. She was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. Doctors gave her 2 years. She found an experimental treatment, fought through it, and came out the other side cancer-free. She told People magazine, "I'm so lucky. I found this treatment and I responded to it." She was 18 in that classroom. Today, at 57, Christine Haya radiates the same warmth decades later. The quiet poet survived the loudest storm. And her love story on this show had a co-star whose real life turned out to be just as surprising. That story is still ahead. The names ahead changed more than just their own lives. One of them reshaped an entire industry, and you already know the face. What made Darlene Merriman impossible to ignore? It wasn't just the confidence, it was the refusal to apologize for it. She walked into every scene like she'd already won the argument. For young women watching at home, she was permission to aim higher than anyone expected. Robin Givens was 22 when she took that role. She'd enrolled at Sarah Lawrence College at 15, one of the youngest students in the school's history. Acting wasn't her first plan. Medicine was. But the camera found her, and everything shifted. After head of the class, she never slowed down. Boomerang with Eddie Murphy. A run as Roxy Hart on Broadway in Chicago. Recurring roles on Riverdale, Chuck, and Batwoman. She published a memoir in 2007 called Grace Will Lead Me Home. Then came the pivot nobody expected. Givens stepped behind the camera. She directed episodes of Riverdale, Dynasty, Nancy Drew, and So Help Me Todd. In early 2025, she directed an episode of Elsbeth on CBS and appeared in Harlem Season 3 on Prime Video. She was 22 when Darlene Merriman first raised her hand. Today, at 61, Robin Givens looks untouched by the years. She spent 4 decades proving that ambition wasn't a phase, it was the whole point. In 1990, a voice no one expected walked into Fillmore High. Scottish, loud, completely unscripted. When Howard Hesseman left after 4 seasons, nobody thought the show could survive the loss. Then Billy Connolly showed up and made the classroom his own in a single episode. Before head of the class, Connolly was already one of the most beloved comedians on earth. After it, he became a film star. Mrs. Brown earned him a BAFTA nomination. He appeared in The Last Samurai, Lemony Snicket, and voiced a king in Brave. He played a dwarf warrior across 3 Hobbit films. In 2017, the Queen knighted him. He is now Sir Billy Connolly. In 2013, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. He retired from the stage in 2018. Most people would have stepped away from everything. Connolly picked up a pencil instead. He became a visual artist. His drawings and sculptures now sell through galleries across the world. His wife, Pamela Stevenson, says he still has an extraordinary brain. He was 48 when he replaced Charlie Moore. Today, at 83, Billy Connolly is more striking now than ever. The comedian who made millions laugh found a second language when the first one became harder to speak. 2 faces left. One rewrote the rules of Hollywood from inside its highest office. The other left it behind for 20 years, then came back and changed everything. Their stories are next. Sometimes the kid nobody expected to succeed is the one who ends up running the room. Eric Mardian wore a leather jacket to a class full of honor students. He rode a motorcycle. He wrote stories in secret. On paper, he didn't belong. On screen, he was the heart of the show. He was the one who proved that being different didn't disqualify you. It made you essential. Brian Robbins was 23 when he played that role. After the show, he didn't chase another acting career. He built something bigger. He co-created All That and Kenan and Kel for Nickelodeon. He founded a digital media company called Awesomeness TV and sold it to DreamWorks. Animation. Then Viacom came calling. In 2018, Robbins became the president and CEO of Nickelodeon. In 2021, he took over Paramount Pictures. Under his watch, Top Gun: Maverick earned nearly $1.5 billion worldwide. The Sonic the Hedgehog franchise became a global hit. He oversaw 17 #1 films at the box office. In April 2024, he was named co-CEO of Paramount Global. The kid in the leather jacket was now running one of the oldest studios in Hollywood. He stepped down in August 2025 after Skydance acquired Paramount. By January 2026, he'd already launched a new family production company with a first-look deal at Sony Pictures. Remember when Simone Foster fell for Eric Mardian? Christine Hage and Brian Robbins played one of the most beloved romances on the show. Their characters chose each other. In real life, they both chose to keep creating. One picked up a camera. The other picked up a pencil after beating cancer. Different paths, same refusal to stop. He was 23 in that leather jacket. Today, at 62, Brian Robbins carries his story in every line. The rebel who wrote in secret became the man who greenlit the stories for everyone else. You knew his face long before he ever sat down in that classroom. He was short round, dodging boulders beside Indiana Jones. He was Data, rigging inventions in the belly of a pirate ship. By the time he joined head of the class as transfer student Jasper Kwong, Ke Huy Quan was already part of our childhood. Then he disappeared. Not by choice. Hollywood simply stopped calling. There were no roles written for a young Asian actor in the early 90s, so he stepped away. He went to film school. He worked behind the camera as a stunt coordinator and assistant director. For nearly 20 years, the boy we all remembered was living a life nobody saw. Then, in 2022, a film called Everything, Everywhere, All at Once changed everything. Quan played a husband named Waymond Wong. He was gentle, brave, and quietly heartbreaking. On March 12, 2023, at the age of 51, Ke Huy Quan stood on the Oscar stage and won Best Supporting Actor. His hands shook. His voice cracked. He said, "My journey started on a boat. I spent a year in a refugee camp, and somehow I ended up here on Hollywood's biggest stage." The room stood. The world felt it. After the Oscar, the doors didn't just open, they swung wide. He starred in Loki Season 2 on Disney+. In February 2025, he led his first major action film, Love Hurts, for Universal. He voiced a character in Zootopia, too. The boy who once had no auditions now had studios lining up. He was born in Saigon. He fled as a child. He found a camera. He lost it. He found it again. He was 19 when he walked into Fillmore High. Today, at 54, Ke Huy Quan still carries the same fire we first saw. Some comebacks are just career stories. His was something closer to a miracle. But we can't close this story without honoring the heart at its center. Before any of these students found their seats, there was a teacher leaning against the chalkboard. Not lecturing, listening. Charlie Moore didn't hand out answers. He handed out the feeling that you already had them inside you. For 4 seasons, Howard Hesseman gave us the teacher we all deserved. He'd been a real radio DJ in San Francisco before he ever played one on WKRP in Cincinnati. He hosted Saturday Night Live 3 times. He earned 2 Emmy nominations. He made every room funnier and every scene more human just by being in it. Howard Hesseman left us on January 29, 2022. He was 81. But his gift didn't leave with him. Every time someone presses play on Head of the Class, Charlie Moore is still leaning against that chalkboard, still listening, still believing in the kid who hasn't figured it out yet. Every rerun is a small hello. 9 faces. 9 lives that kept moving long after the credits rolled. Head of the Class was never just about being smart. It was about being seen. And all these years later, that still matters. Somewhere, Arvid is still adjusting those glasses. Simone is still writing in her notebook. And Charlie Moore is still waiting by the chalkboard, ready to listen. So let me ask you something. When you think of Head of the Class, who do you see sitting next to you? Tell me about that person. I read every comment. There are more classrooms like this one, more familiar faces, more stories worth revisiting. They're here whenever you're ready. Until next time, take care of that memory.